no companies are normally developing the add-ons based on the company's requirement. So add-on in the sense
Okay,
the
okay.
separate module, for example, your vehicle management, for example, your production management. So normal production sometimes doesn't suffice the client's requirement, and they want complete different module for as such. So to do that kind of development takes around another 2 months. So no standard 2 months plus the custom development 2 months. So altogether around 4 to 5 months.
Okay, okay. For the customer. Okay, okay. Carry on, carry on.
Yes. So on this demo, I just wanted to understand ki, no, where are we on SAP B1? So this is for the initial level, what you are looking for, or you are looking for some advanced configuration, because just wanted to know the background of what you are looking for. So after that, we can take this forward. So it will be easy for me to start on that aspects.
No, that's 15 days duration is there. Now 15 days duration, what all you'll be covering? Like it will only be the basics, huh?
No, so there are different kind of modules are there. So initial modules, what I have initially what I have given is just for the basic to intermediate, then intermediate to advanced level. So based on the
So how many? So no, so then three levels are there, right?
right.
So each level it will take. Okay, the first level is 15 hours. Okay, what will be the second and third?
So same 15 hours each for each level. So once you are comfortable with the basic navigation of SAP B1 module wise and the initial how to set up the new field or how to add the new fields, kind of basic training on ERP or SAP B1 navigation. So once you are through with that, then we can go to the advanced level, which is also another 15-hour session.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So
continue with this.
just
Okay, like
wanted to
each.
know, yes. So right now your team
No,
is
yeah,
looking
we
for
want.
this.
Hello,
Yeah, please go ahead.
hello.
Yes.
No, we just want an idea. Okay, about B1, we want an idea.
So you want to know more about SAP B1 and navigation, or
No, no, the whole. No, this is just a demo. No, like I just want to know how you're teaching the method of teaching. I just want to know about it. Okay.
okay, that's fine. So I'll just
It's
start
only
with
that.
the
Okay.
yes.
You're
So
right.
I'll just start with the complete navigation instead of showing the standard PPTs, because the standard PPTs are anyway available on the web. So straight away I'll go to the structure of SAP Business One and how it works. So
Okay.
straight away I'm just jumping to the navigation of SAP B1. So this is how the typical the navigation of SAP B1 structure looks like. So for example, I'm just log off. So once you log in, this is my login screen in SAP. I'll just you have to enter with your user ID and password. So I'm just logged in.
Mm.
So the navigation, like the standard administrator, finance, sales, purchase, then your business partner, banking, inventory, production, and the reports. So first I'll start with the purchase cycle, which is typically in R3 or Oracle, it is PR to PO cycle. So it starts with your purchase requisition to finally the payment to the vendor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So just navigate to the purchase. So here in this, it's very simple screen to explain. So just in purchase AP, it start with purchase order.
Mm. Okay.
So this is my purchase order. You can see on the other side of the screen,
Mm.
which are the extra field what you can add. So this is typically called user defined value. So UDFs in the SAP B1 terminology, this is called UDF, user defined field. So for
Mm.
example, these are the SAP standard screen, your header level portion, your line level portion, and
Mm.
apart from your header and line level portion, suppose if you want to add any new field, so just standard,
Mm.
just you have to just through the UDF section, just you can go to user defined values or user defined fields, and you can add these fields
Mm.
whenever you want. And there are some restrictions, or whether you want a list of value or you want a user text, so that can be configured in this SAP B1 without any customizations.
But if you want to add, but you have to add to the tables, no, like any field, if
Yeah,
you're going
so
to add a new field.
right.
Yeah, right.
So
So
in the SAP
if you're having
B1,
a
suppose
temporary.
I am so I am adding anything on the standard screen. So no need to go to the table. So in the front end they have given the UI where you can just select the which screen you want to enter and what field you want to enter and what are the validations for the same. So from
That's a
front
one
end
time, no, one
itself,
time.
yeah, and this
No,
is a one-time
that's a one-time
activity.
configuration.
Yes,
Okay,
one-time
okay.
configuration. So by default, all the fields will display in the SAP B1 standard screen. On top of that, if you want to add any screen or any value or any field, that can be added with the validation. Suppose here I have added the goods issue number. So this goods issue number, I want to put some validation. The goods issue number should be more than 3 character or more than 4, or it should be alphanumerical. So that can be done in front end UI itself. So any end user can do this kind of set, right? So
No, but
apart
I'm
from this,
asking, no, this is a purchase order is there, okay?
right?
But this current field is not included in the form. It's not included in the form, but it's there in the table. You're bringing whatever is there in the table. You're bringing out.
No. So see, I'm just see. This is my SAP standard screen, which is
Okay.
available by default in SAP. On top of it, I have just added the few columns or few fields by myself. So this just I am
Oh,
just
okay, okay,
displaying in
okay.
this screen. So there are separate called user
Okay, okay.
defined field, user defined tables, and just I will just go to view column and just click on user defined fields. So these are the top of it additional fields I have added. So how to add that I will show in the subsequent demos. So this is my standard screen, and what you are
Okay, fine.
asking exactly is this is nothing but a form setting. So what is this form setting means? These are the standard fields are available in provided by SAP. For example, item name type. So which I want to show visible. If I show it this as a visible and OK, so now see the type field will
Yeah.
show in my screen here.
Okay, okay, right, okay, understood.
Right. So
Okay.
like that, the user wise, like suppose in the table content, there are
I was asking you the same question only. The fields are there already there. If you want to make it visible, like okay, I
no.
thought in that
So
way. I thought.
no, this is the
The,
all fields which are available or standardly provided by SAP. On apart from that,
okay.
if you want to add any more column or any more value, then you can add that field in
Yeah,
my
okay.
user defined table, and after that it will
Okay,
show it
okay.
appear here.
But how do you validate? Okay, like okay, that's the thing. Okay, then you have to do
So
the
that
validation for the field, no? Like
so that validation is available in the UI level itself. Suppose for example,
oh.
this my pending PC is one field. So I want to validate that if pending PC should be like alphanumerical, it should be like some formula also I can put and I can validate that field.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this is my
continue.
table level
Okay.
format. Similarly, it is a row level format and a document level. So apart from the standard, the value visibility, there is something called document level settings also in the screen. So for example, you want to default something, you can default it here. What are the default configuration you want to show it here at a screen level? That also can be done here. Yeah. So I'm just showing the previous. Yeah. So this is my suppose for example, some previous orders I have just created some companies where I was working with. So in that, suppose this is my vendor name and what are the items here configured. We can enter the text configuration and I can just simply, we can just add the fields or details in the screen. So apart from this, the some of the good features, or you can say that standard one, but then it is like you can attach your documents here in all the screens which are provided by SAP B1, and it can be displayed in the uh, screen as well. So if I am attaching any document here, so the other person or whoever the other user can can see or can open the document there at the screen level itself.
Okay, okay, okay.
This is my purchase order. Similarly, the GRPO screen. So once the PO is created, based on that, we can create the goods receipt PO. And if I want to see the accounting entry, just right click and we can view the accounting entry. What is my accounting posting on the same. So what I've done is just right click on the document and just view accounting entry. This is my typical accounting entry at the time of GRPO.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, right.
once the GRPO is done, so similarly, if it is excise materials, you have to create an incoming excise document. So based on that, the standard. So this SAP B1 supports the RG23A, RG23C, the all standard manufacturing, all the RG register it supports.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay.
So I'll just click copy to incoming excise and my excise document will be created. So in the PR to PO cycle, we have created the purchase order, we have created the GRPO. Now it's a AP invoice. So AP invoice. So for example, this invoice, so no need to create copy from, it's a two-way matching. So suppose if I enter JSW and here there is the option copy from. So I can copy from my purchase order, purchase quotations, GRPO. So I'll just create, for example, purchase order. So all the open POs will display here.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then you have to select that PO. So here it will ask. See, there are some standard document wizards are available. Okay, you want to use the current exchange rate. So on that day when you have created the PO, the exchange rate might be different, and today while you receiving the PO, while you receiving the invoice, the exchange rate is different. So that kind of configuration or setup can be done here. So here I have not defined the exchange rate.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So all the doc fields are copied from my PO. Yeah. So which warehouse? This is my warehouse configuration. So here the main aspects to understand is how to get the account details. From where exactly you are getting the account details. So the account details is at the warehouse level, at the company level. So first is from the warehouse. So in each document you will see that typically this warehouse level settings are there. So from warehouse accounts will be picked in SAP B1 in all the documents. So apart from this standard configuration, there is something called advanced account determination. So what it does is, suppose for this warehouse you have put the expense account is this account, but if you want to change the account for particular scenarios, so there are particular combinations which are available in SAP B1. For example, like your code combination. So like if you can relate with Oracle, so it is your code combination concept where you can get the concept of like this warehouse, this item, this account code. So that kind of special accounting treatment can also be created in SAP B1 with the advanced account determination.
Okay, understood. Okay.
So suppose if you want to navigate to any menu, just here, for example, here I have to option the search menu. If I type advanced, if I type accounting, so all my related fields will come here in this screen itself. Hope you are able to see this.
Yeah.
Something called accounting navigation. So in the navigation, you can see that how the account determination happens. So this is my GL account determination. That is what. So again, each financial year wise, you have to define your navigations here.
Okay.
So after AP invoice, the AP credit memo, similarly the reverse of the AP invoice. So here also you can copy from AP invoice, all your AP invoice details. You can the AP credit memo can be copied from AP invoice or your goods return document or AP down payment document. So if any AP invoice will be there, it will show all the AP invoices. I'll just select one. Okay. Yeah. So before posting the document, you can know there is an option to show the journal entry preview. So what would be my accounting entries? That also it will show it or it will appear before posting the actual document. So before posting the actual document, I can see that what would be the actual accounting entry. So here, since it is not coming because we have configured as a batch-wise inventory. So I have to create a batch. I have to first create the goods return document, and then I have to create this AP credit memo.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my PR to the purchase cycle. Apart from the standard domestic purchase, there is something called landed cost functionalities, which is for the import purchase or you to load the other expenses apart, which are not added while creating the purchase order. While creating the GRPO. So that can be loaded through landed cost.
Okay.
So yeah. So for example, you are using your moving average accounting moving average inventory valuation method. So during moving average, like while creating a GRPO and while creating a AP invoice, there will be always the problem. While the CST is always a problem while doing the raw material costing. So through landed cost, this problem can be sorted out through landed cost. So this is my typically the purchasing cycle, and there are plenty of standard reports are available in the purchasing module, like your open item details, purchase analysis, purchase request report, and these reports can be developed. This is crystal development, so so these reports can be easily developed.
It's a crystal report.
Yes, crystal report.
Okay. No, you have only crystal report or any other?
No, crystal reports.
Only crystal. Okay.
And these are the SAP standard reports on the menu on the dashboard itself. So I'll just see it open. So similarly, like purchasing, the sales cycle starts with O2C cycles, order to cash cycle. So the sales order is, you can see the replica of the purchase order screen, the similar kind of, on the architect point of view, the similar features. Book the sales order. Then your delivery. So delivery is again the replica of your GRPO. So in each the field, in every document there are two features. One is copy from and copy to. So since this is delivery, it can be copy from sales order or quotations or returns. Similarly, once you create on the other side, if you are aware of the sales order number, so you will always get the option copy to. So that also can be copied to here, copy to. So copy to delivery or AR invoice. So copy from or copy to are the options. Again, same the logistic tab, your accounting tab, your attachments, and here the navigation is very simple. When you click on that the yellow color document, it will move to the base document. So for example, if I click on the customers, so again it will take me to the customer master.
Okay.
So when I click on accounting balance, so it will show me exactly what is the balance outstanding or what is the current balance of that customer from for the said period. Similarly, the reporting dashboards are also available. The standard what is the account balance, the dashboard will also open. This is my net account balance for the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But is there any budget? Is there like any limits are there for this?
no, these are the SAP standard options.
Okay, okay. But you can't
Yeah,
have a limit on that. Like, okay, like this person, no, it's based on his payment, no? Like you can have a credit.
No, so all these are the access control. So you can give access to the person whether he will be able to. So you have to create a roles. So if I am the suppose I am the salesperson, so I can only see the account balance. When I click on details, it will show me the error saying that you are not authorized to see the details.
No, what I'm asking is like, okay, there is a payment pending. Is there okay? The 5 bills are there pending for one person, and sixth bill, if I want to raise it, I mean, I should not raise the bill. He has to clear
So
the
that
5
what
bills
you are
only.
asking is the credit limit for the customer.
Yeah, yeah, I can take it as an order. I can take it, but I can never execute the order.
Right, right. So that is so those are the setups. So here you can see that there is something called credit limit and the commitment limit is there. So if I fix the credit limit,
Okay.
so suppose for example credit limit is suppose 1,80,000. So whenever my account balance reaches beyond 1,80,000, system will not allow you to raise the invoice.
Okay.
But you can book the sales order, but while you raise the delivery, it will throw the error showing that this credit limit exists. Credit limit exceeds.
Okay.
So this can be controlled in the so you have to yeah.
No, I can raise a bill, okay, on but shipment I can do it in another place. Yeah?
No, no, no. See here,
like office is the godown is there.
Right. Hello.
No, the address is there. Okay, there is. If I want a multiple address. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have a multiple address. Okay, my office is in one place, my godown is in another place. I'm raising a bill.
Right.
You getting a. I'm telling you, raise a bill in this office address and deliver the goods in the other address. It can be possible.
Right. No, it won't be. Since the credit limit is at a customer level, not at a billing side level. So
no,
what I'm trying to say is.
No, it's there. No, bill to ship to is there. Okay, fine.
It's there. But I think what you're asking is, I thought it is in the suppose the customer's balance exceed. So that anyway it will not allow.
No, that I understood. Okay, there is a limit is there. Okay, fine.
Right. Yeah, and so there are so multiple billing and shipping addresses anyway there, and then which is the ECC number is also at the bill to ship to level. So yes. So again my payment terms, then payment run, accounting, properties. So you can add. Sorry.
Okay. No. Okay. Fine. Go on.
Yeah. So some are the like you can say the simple features. You can insert image of the customer, vendor, or whatever these documents. So you can insert image of the. Apart from attachments, so these are the multiple attachments you can attach. Apart from that, you can insert the images. Then these are the business partner properties. So you can, if you want to add some more fields, so SAP B1 is allowing you to add up to 64 fields. So you can manage these fields. Apart from your standard, what I showed you is if you want to create a new user-defined screen, apart from UDF.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
In the form itself, you have all these fields. So this is one. The other good feature is, see, for example, I want to change the name of this field. Suppose account balance is something which doesn't suit. I feel for my business I want to give the name of some other name. So what I have to do is just control, double click. So now I can write a name, write outstanding.
Okay.
Just click on update. Now you can see that the name has changed.
Oh, okay.
Right. So the field name. So this is controlled by the admin user. Since I am the admin user, I can do all these changes.
Understood.
Right. So similarly, there are some like very good features. Like this I have changed the name. So, for example, I want to give a right to some specific person only, or what are the default. For example, one person in your company is just creating a suppose sales orders, and I want to display one default field for him. So there are some options like whenever he creates a sales order, suppose your contact person, your sales order person name by default will come in only in his login. So that kind of options are there, that kind of setups are there, from front end itself. So you can do the setup so that whenever I am creating a new sales order, by default that field will come automatically.
Okay.
So like
No,
one more is like
sales,
contact person.
once you create a sales, no. Okay.
Yeah. So these are the contact person. Again, it's a different menu itself. You have to create a contact person here, and then that will appear here.
Okay. The sales order will directly get converted into invoice, or it will be like we have to convert it to invoice?
No, sales order will not convert automatically into invoice. After sales order, there is a delivery process, and after delivery, you have to create to the AR invoice. But there is an option. You can skip the delivery part. So for the many companies, delivery is not a requirement. So directly they can just copy to AR invoice. When I copy to AR invoice, what will happen is automatically in the back end, my delivery, what are the accounting entries that are there, that also will be created automatically in this screen. So what I'm trying to say is, suppose if I click on journal entry preview, so you can see that this is the accounting entry. One second, I'll just. This is my batch related item. So. Yeah, so this is my accounting entry. So my customer account get debited, service tax and sales revenue account.
Is there any track for the sales order? Like
yes. So what are the numbers? So here there is something called series. So you can define your own series. For example, I am having two business. One is I am having job work business. I am having my own business. So what I have to do is there is SAP B1 is providing something called document series. So in the document itself, I have to define the series, which is a series. So if I am selecting own series, then I have to define the document numbering. So again, your prefix, suffix, and the running serial number. So that is your identity of the number or your document number.
Entered into this sales.
Yeah, so that number, when you take a printout, so for example, if I am seeing the printout of this document, one second. Let me close this. So that will be printed on the document. What is the number?
No, that's okay. Like,
yeah.
How do you track the complaints of a sales customer?
Customer complaints in the sense what exactly? You want to track a C form or which complaints you want to?
No, the product complaint is there. Okay, like.
Yeah. So see, as of now, the complaint is as such there is no separate module as such, but the companies are developing the add-ons on top of it. So SAP B1 has given a feature called add-on. So you yourself can create a screen for that. So we have created like some add-ons for our companies where your customer complaint module. So where you can on the product specific or on the sales order number specific, you can link that complaint to that SO or to that item, and then that will get populated while doing the shipment. So when you do the shipment, it will be populated that this product has a previous complaint. So that way you can check that. Right, so that is a custom development. So once you have a team, technical team, they can do the form development.
No, what is required for that? Like,
so for the form development, if you are asking me, then it was simple .NET. So this is developed on .NET. So if your person is aware of the .NET programming, then that will be suffice. That's enough. So as a functional person, suppose I am the functional trainer. So SAP B1 is giving the option develop the screen. So that is something called screen print. Screen painter is there. So which will come by default with SAP. So in this through screen painter, I can just 1 second. If I can show you that demo. No. So through that screen painter, you can design the screen and give it to your technical person. So with the minor, I think if any functional people also can be trained for a week or two, he can also do the simple form development. He can also do that.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So if I go more on SAP, so these are the companies, just on the admin point of view, you can see that that MS SQL database is there, and then these are the companies I have created. So there is nothing called your development server, your quality server or something. Just you have to create a new database for the company.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, I have a 3 environment: my quality, my development, my production. So what I'll do is I'll just create a 3 different database. So under one login itself, I can able to see the 3 different database: my taste, my production, and my quality database.
Okay.
Yeah. So apart from that, there are some system initializations are there. So here you can create your company details, your accounting data, your PAN 10, your excise rated, and your basic initialization. So here there are some options. You enable fixed asset, so and enable advanced GL account determination, where you can configure your accounting requirement key, some particular special your special GL kind of setup key, where you can do the setup of that. And at the company level itself, you have to define which inventory method. So which item inventory, so moving average, standard, and FIFO. Now in the latest version, the 9.1, so this 9.0 version, in 9.1 you are having a batch-wise costing method is also available, which is more used in pharma kind of setup where you have the batch-wise costing.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my company setup. Apart from that, you are having the journal setup. So again, business partner, as I told you, you can set a credit limit. So again, credit limit at which document? So you have to choose AR invoice, delivery, sales order, or price list. So these are the standard set. Then you have budget, standard budget. So here, you have to define your initial yearly budget, and suppose if budget exceeds, so you want to block. So there are options are there: block, warning, or without warning. So you can block the documents. Suppose if I put a warning, so I cannot create a purchase order if my budget for the item is exceed.
Okay.
So similarly, that is the service module and display. So here, you can change your fonts as well. So now fonts is this is the standard suggested by SAP B1. Then your font size. Then your background. So again, you can put some pictures in the background, your company pics or something on the background of the SAP B1. So on the back side, you can put your here on the instead of white screen, you can put your company logo there.
Budget is there, no budget?
Attachments. Budget, yeah, this is budget one, first one.
Yeah, but what level it's there? Like okay, like all the levels are there. Only purchase is there, accounting is there.
So it will see. I'll just show you. So see, this is your main budget. So you have to define your budget. So for example, this is my main budget, and budget can be allocated at your project level. So if I have a multiple projects, I can allocate that at the budget at the projects level. So since as I just select. I think I have to initialize the budget setting. So okay, so there are some setups has to be done. So again, I have to go to company details. Somewhere there is a setting called enable budget, so I have to enable that first. think I need to check this. So
No,
I
it's
think
okay, fine.
in this, yeah. So in the budget scene, when I click on the budget, so the how setup works is
Okay.
on the GL account. So no, this is my chart of account. So on the finance side, I have not came, but so this is my chart of account structure. So in the chart of accounts,
Hmm.
they have divided broadly into five buckets for the Indian kind of setup. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah. So it is divided into five buckets: asset, liability, equity, revenue, and expenditures.
Material expenditure, okay.
So for budget, for example, in the under expenditure part, if I want to put the budget on this GL code, so when I put cost of sold FG job work, so here I can, I can define the budget here. Okay, uh, for
Hmm.
what would be the budget here. So here I have to just click as a relevant to budget.
No, you can do it in the
So
head
if I
level
put
and
relevant
item
to,
level. No,
sorry.
you can do it. No, the budgeting you can do in the head level, and you can do in the item wise level also. You can do it. Huh?
No,
Suppose
see,
after.
in the GL level, suppose if I have defined this particular GL account as a
Hmm.
budget enabled. Now each item is linked with a warehouse or or each item is linked with one GL code here in SAP Business One. So ultimately, if that GL is having a 5,000 rupees budget, under that GL there
Hmm.
are five items. So altogether, all five items will consume only a budget of one GL code.
Okay. No, you can't have it for item wise. You can't have it. Huh? Like.
No, you cannot. It is at the controlled at the GL code
Head
level
level. Huh?
and GL code level.
Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
So apart from
Okay.
that, there is something called dimensions. So dimension is
Hmm.
nothing but your cost centers. So you can define your cost centers configuration here. So your cost center come your
Hmm.
profit center concept is there in SAP B1. So you just
Hmm.
define one dimension as like suppose for example so I want to control these at my employees level or some like my department. So under that you can create a cost center like new, for example
Hmm.
001, and which is my cost center code. So I can just create one cost center as just close others. So again I have to define my cost center. Admin. So similarly, so now I have defined my cost center as admin cost center at a GL level. So whenever I am doing a posting for that GL, automatically, at a time of doing the GL entries, it will ask okay, whether you want to assign at which cost center level. So cost center entries, by default, it will come from the GL master, your chart of account, but
Hmm.
it can be changed at your entry level.
Oh, entry level
And
also you can
again,
change it.
budget
Huh?
also at the entry level you can change that cost center because by default, for example, my salaries, so under salaries I have defined because the salaries might be only one GL code. So under salaries I
Hmm.
have defined one GL code as the
No, no,
under
no.
the salary.
You're talking about if there are multiple choices are there, okay, you can select and go.
Right.
Okay, okay, fine, I understood.
Right.
Can I just get into HRMS, sir?
No, HRMS is not there in SAP B1.
Oh, it's not there, huh? But somewhere I've seen
No,
it like
only the
it's not.
only the employee master is there, which is which is the required setting for doing the other module setup. Apart from that, so it's very basic. Only the you can see that it's a very under business partner. Under business partner data, they have just given one type as a I think employee. So there is nothing much in as such in employee master.
So payroll, if there is any added add-on, is there? Huh?
Payroll, there is add-ons. There are some add-ons are there which the companies are providing. So only that much. Regarding employees, only you have this employee master, which is also for the small organization. It may be where you can add the details, your administrator, personal, finance, very just employee master.
Okay.
Yeah. So in financial, again, you are in the detailed things are there. Your JV, fixed asset, taxes, and cost accounting. Your tax and TDS setups are there. BRS is, and if you want to do the auto BRS, then the format which are standardly available in this. So that you have to link with the bank. So if bank is providing that formats, then it can be used. Otherwise, it cannot be done. Okay. So otherwise, the standard manual reconciliation is there, manual bank reco. Then apart from that, your financial reports means here, suppose accounting. Under the accounting, you are having GL report, aging report under financials, trial balance sheet, cash flows. For example. So this is my trial balance.
Okay.
Yeah. And all the reports can be extracted in the MS Excel or in the Excel and PDF.
Okay.
Yeah. So during the training program, what normally, so in the, suppose if it is a basic to intermediate, then we can route through the how PR to PO cycle works, how O2C and how financial entries on the architect point of view. Normally we do the training. If it is a basic, if it is a advanced level, then each form setting wise, we'll do each form by what is the meaning of that and how it has impact on financials, or how it has a link, or how it is linked with other modules. So in form by form details, we are going into the form and we are explaining that.
Okay. So initially itself we have to tell you what level we want to go. Huh?
Right. So again, basic level. If you are into SAP or R3, then I think basic level is, I think already you have crossed that basic level. And
yeah, that's what it's so simple. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Since we are into R3, the screens we are able to understand it. Okay. But only thing the configuration, I think we have to get into advanced level only. I think so where we need the configuration and the other part. Hello. Hello.
Sorry, your voice is breaking. Yes.
Now it's okay.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, the basic level, I don't think.
Fine now.
Yeah, okay. So we want that advanced level only. Because we want to know more about the configuration.
Right. So as I told you, in advanced level, we will take the real cases and for example, the complete cycle. So now instead of navigation, we will create a few purchase orders and how that value came, or from which field we have to get that value, and how to configure the typical scenarios. Also, we will take in that advanced level, so that it will be easy for the concerned developer consultant to get into it.
Okay. Do you have any content for that? Okay, that what is the schedules like? How you're going to take the advanced module? If you're going to get into advanced module, what will be every day like?
Yes, yes. So schedule more or less remains same because each form wise. So that I can give you the detailed breakup of that one. But again, more or less schedule remains same. So today, if I take up suppose P2P cycle, so from purchase order to the payment cycle, if I do so each form wise. So again, there are not more details are there in that key. Again, from web also will not get more details key on what level we are going because it is just purchase order screen in any of the ERP. But again, to get into it and to talk about field wise details, so there are no such breakup is available as such.
Hmm. No, I just want to know from where you start and how do you go through it. I just want to know which will be the first thing. Okay, today is my class one. Okay, where you will be taking which module will be which will be
Right, right. So
you will be
yeah, so
taking it.
right, I got it. So that bifurcation anyway I'll give key. Today I'll say like PR to
Yeah.
Q sales. Today I'll take in only
So I
only
have an
this
idea.
part. So
Okay,
that
okay. No, I
anyway will give it to you.
yeah, because I'll have an idea. Okay, like how you're going to take about the class. No, like okay, it's only for that.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
anyway for it. Okay.
yeah. So I think that's it. If you have any doubts or any queries, you can feel free to uh,
Sure.
discuss.
We'll call you. But if you can. Okay then, Mr. Jigar. Thanks a lot for.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hello.
Thanks, Mr. Hello.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Hello.
Yeah, fine. It's,
Yeah,
I
I got a
suppose
bad
you.
idea. Okay, whatever. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, you were saying
no,
something, Mr.
if I'm going
Patel?
to take a class, no, I got a fair idea about how things are going on because since we are working for R3, like I got a fair idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we have to go for the advanced level only. We have to go like. So I just want him to see how he is going to take the class. What will be on the day one, what will be on the day two, and how it will be proceeding. I just want to have the content of it. I want to know
Okay.
one thing, and the
Mm-hmm.
second thing, the same person will be taking, or different people will be taking
No,
the
no,
class.
no. It'll be done. It'll be taken by Mr. Jigar himself.
Jigar itself, okay, that's one because like continuity won't be there. Okay, one person if you're going to take it, no next day like this. I just want to know because like it's happening through remote, no?
Yeah. No, no. Our
Yeah,
dedicated
yeah. That
consultant is
hopefully that
Jigar, and he'll be the one who will initiate and end the entire assignment.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Okay
Fair
then.
enough.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sunny.
I'll
Then.
have a word with Mr. Jigar. I'll take the breakdown of each topic and I'll have it emailed it to you, and then
Ah,
you can let me know
right.
what your feedback is.
Yeah, I'll have. I just go. Yeah, I'll just go through it, and if I have any doubts, I'll come back to you.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay
Okay.
then. Thank you
Thanks a
all
lot,
very
Mr. Sunny.
much. Yeah. Thank you, Jigar.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.